1, 0.
Fuck showbiz. I might. Come on. All right.
Show to the bizzle, S to the BA for shizzle my nizzle and get dribbled by Javante. Abdul had the braids on the turban and they had grease on them. Plus if they were short then he could have worked with them. Bob and weed, boy Roach wasn't hurting them. Bro was a hustler, outworking them. Show to the bizzle, S to the BA for Sheezy and easy referee went Stevie. Bro start to count then no, went Stevie. 4 put the towel on bro. Still Stevie. Roach said they robbed me. The draw overturned to win, but somehow Tate beat those charges like Rocky. Show to the bizzle, S to the BA. Not guilty, they cannot appeal. He's not real to me. This my championship. A knockdown. Show the proof, son of a bitch. For shizzle my nizzle and get dribbled by Javante. Roach can jab him, keep your damn hands up. Not guilty, hair was too greasy. Roach can jab him, keep your damn hands up. Show is back, boxing told through rap. Y'all acting like I told you cap, like y'all exposed show. No, Roach did that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that. But this isn't cap, Roach ain't that. When they run it back and Tank don't run to corner, back in the lab. Hungry like a hippo, starting out simple, back surrounded by his people. Me with the new post, after being exposed and Roach going off, all because they fought to a draw. So you know I've seen it all before. I've seen Haney deflate just for Osterine's sake. Cause Ryan he failed, then I got the hate. Now we need a rematch, Lamont, Roach and Tank. Show to the bizzle, S to the BA. Rematch Roach KO'd in 2 by Javante.
It's a joke, man. Loosen up and enjoy it.
Up off that? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Up off. Hey! Y'all know what that is. Y'all know what day it is, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. It's Facts Friday. Baby. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, don't. All right, man, look. Look at who we have here. Let me see who we have up in here. Hold on. Let's see who we all have up in here. Hey, hold on. Jackie. Oh, Jackie. She done flexed on him. Hold on real quick. Wait a second. Where we at? Nope, that's not it. I'm gonna find you, girl. Here it is. Jackie!
See, you don't take a rocket scientist to know I love you. The things I would do to you.
Slow down, baby.
Flex on him. Safe. Left hand on him. Left hand on you. Left hand on him. Pow, King Kong. Ain't got Jackie! Jackie done killed it with $100. She done disrupted the whole
Jackie! See, you don't take a rocket scientist to know I love you. The things I would do to you.
Slow down, baby.
Hold on, wait a minute. Illy Willy the Penguin. Here's the Tyson Bell. He said, we outside. Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother.
Sick to the stomach, I been getting to the money. Everybody, man. Think I'm getting too much money.
Flex on him. Safe. Left hand on him. Left hand on you. Left hand on him. Pow, King Kong ain't got on Illy Willy. Illy, my boy said, we outside. It's the biz. A swish. Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. One more.
Sick to the stomach, I been getting to the money. Everybody, man. Think I'm getting too much money.
shoot. Let me see. My brother said, what up, Biz? Canelo Ref had 99 ring cut off stat. Brother, that was hilarious. He was cutting off the ring by Canelo. Thanks, and Ellie Willie, for the $100. Thank you so much for the super chat. Remember for 3 months. Bye. Brother feeling good. Let me see. Lance, show. I ain't worried about going outside. I'm too busy going in. Keep punching. Love you, boy. Let me see. What's up, OG? What's your honest take on Kevin Samuels? I don't. I don't have much, my brother. Oh, let me see. Super sticker. Bye. Hold on. Flex on him. Sip. Left hand on him. Left hand on you. Left hand on him. Pow, King Kong ain't got on Jay. Oh, you mother. Let me see. Her Turkey wants Keyshanw versus Teo next. Man, that's a fight. We're gonna talk about that. We gotta talk about some perfect time to roll one. Good morning, afternoon to the war room. ShowBizz, the GOAT. Love you, boy. And then let me tell you something, brother. If you haven't done it, welcome to the Facts Friday. Please close out the chat, hit the like. I don't know who keep moving around. And give it up for the ball.
Bring on this with the laugh and do the cabbage patch. She's a pretty lady, and then sign some autographs. The burn young man can shaboing boing.
Hit the Tyson bell. Sanate, he's a new member. Bye. Let me see. Illy Willy giving a salute. Hold on, wait a minute. I don't know what's wrong with us. I swear before Lord, why we haven't given it up to the lady.
You should let me in. You deserve. No, you deserve baby.
Hit the Tyson bell. My man said we're close to 350,000 subscribers, and that's when I will be giving away $20,000. I will be giving away $20,000 cash to one of you lucky subscribers. Once we get to 350,000 subscribers, everybody hit the subscribe button. If you haven't yet, you can possibly be a lucky winner. You know what we do, but hold on, wait a minute, ladies. One more dance.
Baby, you should let me in. You deserve. No, you deserve baby.
It is Friday. Beautiful weather outside. Beautiful month. All you mamas out there, I'm gonna be spending Mother's Day weekend with the mamas, with my baby mama, my mama. And so shout out to all the mothers out there, even those beautiful angels in heaven. Love you, girl. Hit the Tyson bell. And hold on, wait a minute, fellas.
Yeah, put it simply in here. I like surprises. I came here for prizes. Big booty and thighs is promising my guys is how I could get inside this. Stupid, I realize this, but there's so much I wanna know about you, but I don't really wanna know. That's what they say. You make it too hard for a nigga. I got you, but I got the time. Let's make it work.
We setting the tone. Hold on, are we in the building? Brother, hell no. We outside. Hold on.
It can happen when you're outside. You can lose a fight, see a chick, have a con with that vibe. You can ride a bike, see a nigga, and ask if he's alright.
All right, hit the Tyson bell. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Facts Friday. We got some stuff to talk about. We got to talk about Devin, the American Dream, Haney. Is he getting cooked or is he getting hated on? Or is he getting cooked because he's getting hated on? All right, or listen, bro, he deserved to get hated on. We're going to talk about all that stuff because, honestly, I don't know how to feel about it. I'm going to ask the war room to help me out with that. Manny Pacquiao has a fight coming up. All right, against Barrios. We got some stuff to think about. We're going to do the knockouts. We got some shit to talk about. But first and foremost, before we get started, I do want to talk about this right here. Hold on. Let me give you guys the receipts. Hold on real quick. Here's a receipt. Receipts, motherfucker. Check it out.
That bitch Crawford don't want to fight us because he's a bitch. I seen his legs last. I seen his legs last fight.
What I have to say about that. Now, I was sent this yesterday while I was on a road to pick up my son from college. All right, hit the Tyson bell. Now I saw that. All right. And I mean, it's just despicable. Okay, so what I want to say about that is, I think Teofimo Lopez should be penalized. He should definitely be penalized. At this point, it is just forget disrespectful. It is forget uncalled for. At this point, he should just be penalized, and every time. Okay. There's a few. I think there's a few organizations who can penalize him, and including his organization or promoters or whoever. But at this point, that word has a lot of pain associated with it. And there is no excuse to be using that word intentionally and aggressively the way he's doing. Okay. So I think there is no other thing you should do. There must be a penalty associated with that conduct, period. Hit the Tyson bell. Let me see. Now, here's the thing. I heard that too. Okay. But I know what it sounds like he says. Now, if he comes out and make a statement and prove that that's what he said, because honestly, I'm taking it as him saying the N-word. So if he comes out making a statement that that's what he said, then okay, fine. But he's still playing with fire. But still, if that's not what he said, then fine. As of right now, how I'm taking it is that he clearly said the N-word. All right. Let me see. Damn, Biz, you unk now. Oh, I've been unk. My daughter is older than my son, and she's in grad school. Let me see. Happy Mother's Day to the beautiful cousin sister Sonya Macy. I got your kids, and we still fighting for justice. Love you, girl. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Hit the Tyson bell. Jesus Christ. See, stop the victim mentality. That's not it. That's not it. All right. There's just stuff that you just shouldn't say to people. There's stuff you shouldn't say to certain communities, period. There's a freedom of speech. And then there's stuff you just shouldn't say. You shouldn't just out and, say derogatory statements about 9/11 victims, victims of the Holocaust, the LGBTQ community, you just and the Black community. There's just certain stuff you just shouldn't say, regardless, to the white community, Mexican community, Hispanic community, what have you. Right? There is just stuff you should not say. All right. And at this point, anyone who says those things about any of those communities that is that derogatory, okay, with that type of history and pain associated with it, there should be a penalty. All right. Hit the Tyson bell. I mean, you just, as a man, as an adult, you should carry yourself a certain way. All right. Hit the Tyson bell. Asian community as well. Let me see. Dr. King tried to love somebody. ShowBizz adult. Now, I want to say this. His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh, he has a penalty for him. And it's this. Keyshanw Davis. Keyshanw Davis reaching out, talking about, Teo, the ball is in your court, champ. You can imply that His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh and Keyshanw Davis had a conversation. Keyshanw Davis, he wants to be the penalty. All right, we're going to fight. Keyshanw Davis want to give him his penalty in the ring. And as a boxing fan, I would love to see that fight 100%. All right, as a boxing fan, I would love to see that fight 100%. Now, as far as what happens in the ring and the skill level they show, what they display as fighters, that's an excellent matchup. Teofimo Lopez, he can definitely fight. All right, very skilled fighter. And Keyshanw Davis can definitely fight. All right, and listen, that matchup, who wouldn't want to see that shit? So, His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh, I get where he's coming from. All right, well, there's a problem. You got a problem. Y'all want to hash it out? Don't forget, they have a history, right? Keyshawn felt disrespected many times. Teofimo Lopez, even during Keyshawn Davis's last fight, Teofimo Lopez was implying some racist things there too. Keyshawn Davis just not feeling it. He wants to be Teofimo Lopez's penalty. As a fight fan, let's go. Because listen, I want to see violence. I want to see a fight. So if there's any extra inspiration or motivation there is to make a fight, let's make it happen. Hit the Tyson bell. Let me see. We all have freedom of speech, but watch your mofo mouth. Yeah, I mean, words are powerful. There's just stuff you just shouldn't say. You get what I'm saying? Period. I mean, of course, if you want to be a villain or want to be an asshole or whatever, I mean, you should be penalized for those things, because people have branding, their money, and a lot of things invested in certain people. You get what I'm saying? So if you're representing certain things and it does not agree with the business investments you have around you, they can get affected by it as well. All right. If you want to stand by yourself alone on a grassy knoll somewhere, just start saying a bunch of racist things, somebody would take you away from the public, though. I mean, lock you up or move you away or move you aside. Right. But when you are a business and you got a lot of people being affected now. All right. And it's not just a grassy knoll. OK, your social media getting shared to millions. You have a responsibility. Now, I'm not talking to everybody in the chat, because many of you don't have that responsibility. Y'all probably don't have kids. You know, if y'all do, y'all don't give a damn about them. Or, I'm not sure if you're married, or if you have a name or a legacy that you care about, that you want to carry with pride or anything like that. You may not give a damn. You may just be in the chat. I'm not talking about you, but people like me, other people with a responsibility. All right. You want to carry that responsibility well. You do. You have a responsibility to carry yourself a certain way. Sorry if you don't like it, but it is what it is. There's a lot of people who look up to you, right? There's a lot of people who are associated with you. There's a lot of people who are around you, right? So, I mean, please carry yourself like an adult, all right? If not, then there should be a penalty. Okay, let me see. I think the best way to handle BS is how Keyshawn did. Zero being offended and just pitying the idiot that says it. That is the best way. Being offended gives people a lot of power over you. I feel the same way personally, but Dr. King, you already know I'm not everybody. There are people who are really affected by that. Okay. There are people who really like T.O. and hates that. Either way, not everybody's me, and you can't make everybody think the same way. I said the same thing with Ryan Garcia. When Ryan Garcia said, I said, now this is how I feel, brothers and sisters. This is how I feel about it. But if y'all feel differently, let me know. Remember that? So, you have a certain responsibility. Let me see. Member for 5 months. Bye. Hit the Tyson bell. I don't care. You don't care, right? But not everybody you. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just speaking on a broader sense. All right. Especially when you want to be consistent. Ryan Garcia was banned from the WBC for life, removed from the Undisputed Video Game or whatever. He had his penalties. Hit Tyson bell. But let's move on. All right. So people get really emotional, and that's the power of that. All right. So there should be a penalty just to stop all of this chaos, because we have a beautiful show today for the Facts Friday. So let's move on. Let me see. I need to be careful, not cool. T.O. needs to be careful, not cool at all. 100%, you can actually get hurt too, or family members can get hurt. Not everybody the same. Not everybody deals with everything the same way. And because not everybody's like you, doesn't mean that they're wrong. Maybe you're wrong. All right. We're all just different. All right. So there's a certain, you got to be responsible. Okay. You can get, what the last thing we want is for somebody health to be threatened. That's the last thing we want. All right. Okay. So let's move forward. Into this. Put the beer down and get your ass in the gym. Hit the Tyson bell. How many times? Brother, get your ass in the gym. Gervonta Tank Davis ain't saying a damn thing. Listen, look, I've seen this before. I know I don't know everything. I do. I know I don't know everything, but I've seen this before. And the funny thing about history, it tends to repeat itself. I keep telling you guys about No Mas. Duran was celebrating him whooping Sugar Ray Leonard's ass in Panama. He was having a ball. The business made the rematch happen. He was still having a ball. He was told by his manager, hey, where you at? He said, I'm in Panama. What you mean? He said, brother, you got a fight next month. You have a fight next month. It's May, right? When are people suspecting the rematch to be? What month? It's May right now. What month are people expecting the rematch to be? June. Duran was like, I have a fight when? His manager said next month. Duran said, I'm 190 pounds. His manager was like, then we had the No Mas because Duran couldn't even spar. He was focused on getting his weight down as Leonard was fighting and sparring and training his ass off. That's how we got No Mas. I'm not saying it's going to happen to Roach. But Roach, please. At the end of the day, love you like a play cousin. You may hate me to death. But either way, this has been a long celebration over a draw. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Your fight can be next month. And Tank is training, laughing his ass off. And that's the Black Two Shows. It's not June. I've been hearing June. Let me see. Dr. King tried to love somebody. I just want to clarify as getting hated on in the chat, LOL. I'm not saying racism is cool at all. No, he's not saying that. No, but people, that's what I'm saying, Doctor. You can't even, people don't get it. I think it's disgusting, 100%. My point was to not let an idiot ruin your day. That's all I wanted to say, because that's all they want to do. They want to get that out of you, right? He's just an idiot. Dr. King, I've said the same thing, but when I said it, people start calling me names. All right. But that's because it hurts them. All right. So if it hurts them, it is what it is. Okay. Let me see. Roach on a victory tour off a draw. That's what I'm saying, brother. That's what I'm saying. Hit the Tyson bell. Okay. July, August. I don't give a damn when it is. I don't give a damn what it is. Do you know what beer does to your system? Y'all missing the point. Y'all get caught up just like Dr. King. I'm not saying that people get caught up on what they want to pick that triggers them. Forget the month. Forget June. That's not the point. Hit the Tyson van. I don't give a damn if it's next year. Do y'all get the point? All right. Let me see. Roach getting a little too comfortable. Brother, victory can defeat Roach. Victory can defeat Roach. The funny thing is, it was never a victory. It was a draw. Now let's move on. Okay. Everybody. But that's the thing. Gervonta Tank Davis needs his ass whipped. Everyone needs their ass whipped. Me too. Gervonta Tank Davis needs his ass whipped. All of a sudden, he found a little thing called hunger again. See, he lost it. Where's my hunger go? Where'd my hunger go? I made a whole video about it. Tanky Wanky fans got hurt about it. But that's what I meant. Now Tanky Wanky fans are happier than ever. Man, Tank is hungry again. He's focused. That's what I was talking about when you were crying. Now, let's move on. Devin Haney. Devin reaching. Yeah, everybody's always reaching. But you're brilliant. Let me see. Pacquiao versus Canelo, prime for prime. And who's A side? Well, Pacquiao will probably be A side versus Canelo. Okay, hit the Tyson bell. All right. Listen. Devin, the American Dream Haney. Cooked or hated on? Let me first play the receipts.
Throw nothing. He's so worried about not getting hit. I think Devin still think Ryan in there.
Are we still watching the hangover from the Garcia nightmare a year ago?
I don't know what we're watching right now.
Still having nightmares from, the rocket left hooks that put him on the canvas. Counting the number of seconds it takes for a punch to be thrown. Maybe they're perfectly happy to let Haney do his footwork exhibition all night long and not throw punches. Maybe getting to the point of the fight now where he might need a baseball bat. We could buy him a bat or a tennis racket. If ever a fight was capable of inducing a snooze, this might be it.
I know nobody better not jump on the top rope.
How do you think Devin Haney is so cautious as a fighter, bro? Well, how come he doesn't have knockouts?
It really comes down to his inferior genetics. He has a very weak body frame with sloppy legs, and he just has genetics. He got those genetics from Bill.
From his dad, huh? Is there a fight in the future with you and Haney?
Would it really be considered a fight if he just ran the whole time? If Devin Haney can get an actual knockout, I'll fight him.
Was there anything good in that fight that you took away from him and say, hey, he still has skills here?
I couldn't watch the fight because I was warming up. I didn't want to fall asleep in the dressing room.
Damn. Wow. Shots fired.
Okay, wake up.
Yo!
Fights are over, bro.
Oh, shit, the weekend's over? Damn, dog, them fights had me sleep. Anyway, make sure y'all tune in, mi gallo. Damn.
Cooked or hated on? Listen, I'm going to say this, all right? Gabriel Rosado, I get it. He had that little back and forth with Bill. It is what it is. Rolly Romero, I get it. He never liked Devin Haney's style anyway. And the Devin Haney fight with Jose Ramirez was shit. It was. Jose Ramirez was partially responsible, but Devin Haney, being the superior fighter, is mostly responsible. It is what it is. Hit the Tyson bell. Now, the commentary, okay? The commentary the night of the fight seems to be genuine. Now, hold on real quick. Cooked and hated on. I like that, Tim. Not only did Rolly get a big win, his bars improved massively. 100%. I'm saying he got that much better being champion again. Those commentators definitely weren't professional. No. But is that what you want? There is a reason why social media is bigger than TV, because y'all want people to be genuine and genuinely how they feel. That's why reality TV and social media is beating out TV. All right? Hit the Tyson bell. There is a reason for that, because y'all always want people to say what it is. So you can't say professional now. You want people to say what it is, because once people become professional, then you say they sold out. So it's very difficult how y'all fans and, people watching or consumers talk from both sides of y'all mouths. Pick one. But hold on real quick. Hold on. Oh, yes, I wonder why you should have before throwing from the plane. Oh, Ryan versus Pitbull, Rolly versus Haney, Teal versus Boots, Super 6. Oh, that'd be fun. But listen, that's true, 100%. So what you got was a genuine reaction. What the commentators were saying and was joking about, it ain't like they were lying. They would be lying if they were saying, oh, this is a fantastic fight. Whoa, this is very entertaining. No, that's shit. And you got to say it's shit, because if you say it's great, people will start doing that. And then no matter what you say, quote unquote, professionally, you're starting to send a signal to fighters that that is preferred. And guess what? Boxing dies. And I don't care if you're a Haney fanboy from the root. We should not exchange Haney for boxing. It shouldn't be boxing needs to die so I can uplift Haney. That should not be the case. But I want to say this. Hold on. Haney is a phenomenal boxer, but a horrible fighter. That was a bad product. All right. But I want to say this too. Rolly and Ryan Garcia was a horrible product as well. It was the main event. That was a horrible product. It is what it is. They both were horrible. Haney is getting more of the hate. And the reason why Haney is getting cooked more than Ryan Garcia is, which Ryan Garcia is getting cooked, but Haney's getting cooked with hate, like Tim Butler is saying. The reason being is two things. One, there was a knockdown, and there was something to be excited about. Rolly beat Ryan Garcia over a 12-round bout. It was so unbelievable that it went viral for those reasons. So there was an entertaining aspect to it, though it was a shit fight. All right. But number two, the Haneys just aren't likable. I don't mind them, but it's obvious that they're not likable for reasons I understand. All right. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Hold on real quick. They take one Haney fight and say cooked. People hated on Haney before this fight. Why would he risk getting KO'd for Vipers? Then he shouldn't fight. Get what I'm saying? When you say risk getting KO'd for KO for Vipers, those Vipers are boxing fans. Boxing fans pay you. So if you're not going to give the boxing fan what they want, you don't get paid. So risk getting KO'd for your bottom line, for your money, and for your legacy. If you don't want to do it, don't fight. That's the Black Two Sugars. There ain't enough Haney fans to make him a multimillionaire. Hit the Tyson bell. Let me see. Joe Rogan said it best when asked for commentary advice. He says to DC, say it as you see it because the fans will know you are lying. 100%, King. Let me see. Haney floats like a butterfly, but he doesn't sting like a bee. Rumble, young man, rumble. Let me see. Haney was too safe. Bottom line. A boogie, 100%. I was shocked how bad the card was. I fell asleep, 100%. But here's the thing. Hold on real quick. What's good, War Room Biz? You had me cracking up in yesterday's stream, handling the fanboys and trolls. Oh, brother, that was 2 days ago. That was Tuesday. Yeah, that was ridiculous. That's why it's the Facts Friday, 100%. All right. I do claim, and I'm sticking to it, that if there was a crowd, Devin Haney would do more. So would Jose Ramirez if there was a crowd. I am under the perception that Devin Haney thought he was doing well. I'm under the perception that Devin Haney thought he was doing well. He couldn't hear the difference. Right? Listen, another thing. The fan base who is shitting on Haney shit on Shakur too. The fan base ain't just mad at Haney for being mad at Haney. The fan base were interested in watching Haney fight. That's why we watched. What happened was the fan base paid and spent time watching it, and they did not get what they wanted, which was entertainment. Haney fanboys aside, we can't talk to them because they're entertained just by seeing his face. But the boxing fan, or fans of fights, or people who just tuned in, they are not wrong for being bored. You can't put out a shitty movie. The fans, the customer pays for the shitty movie and then blame them for not liking it. Now, there may be fans of one of the directors of the shitty movie, but those fans of that director isn't enough. You cannot blame a customer for paying money, looking at shit, and not liking it. How the transaction works in any commerce, in business, period, is there is an expectation for the value of the product and what you're going to receive. So I'm paying for that expectation because you're saying that it's worth this. So I give it to you. And when you give me the product, it doesn't work as expected. You cannot blame the customer because you advertised it as being this. So I paid the money that you said this is worth. And then you gave me this. Those aren't vipers. Those are customers. Those are people. Each person who could have spent their money on a pair of shoes, who could have spent their money on some food in the refrigerator. We all looked at, me included, looked at you guys and said, instead of doing that or just keeping the money in your pocket, pay for this. Because obviously it's going to be this. And we all got this. That's not on the customer. That's not on the customer. That's on the fighters. Let me see. It's one fight. Biz, he's human. Saying cooked for one fight is wild. Over 30 fights and one makes you cooked. Oh, you don't understand what I mean by cooked. I'm talking about he's getting cooked. He's getting roasted on. Is he getting cooked or is he getting hated on? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's a cooked fighter. All right. Let me see. Ryan Garcia is right. Devin Haney is soft and weak. Well, what was Ryan? This won't go down well, but in defense of Haney, way too much blame gets put on Haney and Skull when it is the other guy's job to cut off the ring and make it a horrible fight. Canelo nor Ramirez did 100%. But another thing is they have to figure out how to do it, because you can't do it in a boxing way. You literally have to run at them. There's no cut. The way they were running from what the trainer, I told you I had a conversation with a trainer, and I'm not going to say who it is, but it's a big time trainer. The way they were running, there's no cutting that shit off. They were literally not engaging at all. So you got to really run after them. You got to run and swing and jump and swing. I mean, you got to run after them. It's going to look hilarious, but that's the only way to do it. Or you have to penalize them for running. There must be a excessive running penalty. Let me see. Just to make sure that the product is closer to what you advertised it to be. Tio is from Brooklyn, Honduras. Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, etc. say the N-word, and as a black man, we never had an issue with it. It's just because it's a big platform. Ask anyone from Brooklyn. No, it's because of his intentions. He's not saying it like, what up, ma, whatever. As a black man, if I was saying that constantly to you, eating a banana, saying it with the hard R, you'll be like, what kind of brother is that? Period. Right? So you know better. Slept and missed half the card. Woke up during the Haney versus Ramirez when it was about the 6th round. Lying in bed, fell back to sleep. Was good. But yeah, dude, that's hysterical. You woke up and was like, never mind. That's tough. Let me see. What else we have? What else we got? Boxing good this year, except for that one weekend. 100%. It was saved though by Nue and that stare down with Crawford and Canelo. Fire Stick probably gained more subscriber after last weekend's fights, except Inoue. That's hilarious. Garcia fought like he was throwing a fight. Check the tape. We see a rematch with Rolly and real Ryan fans. He just lost the fight. All right, he definitely didn't throw it. Okay. Well, I don't think he did. I mean, you could throw on your conspiracy hat, but no matter what conspiracy you come up with, he lost. Let me see. Why do you think Ryan didn't do ish the second half? I explained that thoroughly. I don't want to repeat it, but I explained it thoroughly. Check out the live stream I did right after that. For sure, he would have ran from Ryan, worried about the KO. But Ryan probably would have chased him better. Let's be honest, Biz. A lot of fans are hating on Haney and Shakur, are the racist Latino. Okay, fan base. She's that boo all the black fighters regarded. No, man. That's not it. You just lied. There are a ton of different race of people that's not feeling what happened. Okay. But I do understand it. The Haney fan base are really into race a lot, and I've been getting in my DMs and everything. Like people come at me all the time. It's really a Haney fan base. If I remember correctly, I was asleep for some of it. Ramirez found his openers last few rounds, but it was too late. Yeah, he kind of ran after him the last time. I said it was definitely too late. Running is killing the sport. Zorilla started this running stuff as of late. There must be some penalty for not engaging. Do you think it's fair that Manny skips the line? Okay, let's talk about that. Everybody, this is what he's referring to.
Yeah. Hell no, don't want to be famous. But when I'm done, you're going to know what my name is. Full counter to the brain where my aim is. Be more of the city I'm claiming.
He's saying that, is it fair that Haney skips the line and get a chance to fight Mario Barrios? I have two things to say. One, Mario Barrios wanted to fight Manny Pacquiao. He's the guy with the belt. He wanted that fight, so he got it. Manny Pacquiao wanted to fight him. He wanted to fight Manny Pacquiao. Ryan threw less than Haney, 100%. So did Rolly, actually. He wanted to fight Barrios. Barrios wanted to fight him back. And that's been going on for some time. All right. I want to say this, though. I want to say this. I am happy that Lamont Roach proved to be a real warrior against Tank in hindsight. But I'm telling y'all, the move was Tank versus Manny Pacquiao when I said it. I'm telling you, though. When y'all were calling me names and all that stuff, that was the move. I'm telling you. Do you understand how big that fight would have been? How big that fight would have been? I'm telling you. Tanky Wanky fanboys wanted the Roach fight. Now look, all right, which I'm good because it showed to be a good fight. But I'm just saying, I try to tell y'all. Let me see. Will Pacquiao be the GOAT if he becomes undisputed? Well, if he becomes undisputed, that means he would have beaten Boots. Probably. Let me see. As a Honduran from Brooklyn too, I don't sponsor Tio. I mean, it's just just being mean, period. Just being like that, period, is just not cool. No matter what word you're saying. It's just not, no matter who you're saying it against. The Asian community, Native American community, it just doesn't, white community, it just doesn't matter. It's bogus, right? It was bogus when Bernard Hopkins said what he said, right? It was bogus when Devin Haney said, white boy. That's bogus, right? I mean, they're grown men. Just no matter what it is, it's bogus. If you're doing it in a derogatory sense and you keep doing it, you got to get penalized, bro. It is what it is. Haney come off a year bad performance win. He's hated crazy. Ryan come off a bad performance, loses barely flack last 3 fights before. Okay, now this is why. Good point. I think Ryan been getting flack, but it's been mostly Rolly love, and that has overshadowed the Ryan flack very much. I'm not saying that this is appropriate. I'm saying what the truth is. Everybody, please hit the like. A lot of you guys in here. Thank you so much. But this is the truth. Haney isn't liked. Okay, let me do it like this. Because when you listen to Bill Haney, who's doing most of the talking, when you listen to Bill Haney talk, he has valid reasons for saying what he's saying. It's just how he's saying it. Sounds like an asshole. But what he's saying is valid. He's like, Haney outlanded Canelo, William Skull, Ryan Garcia, and Rolly Romero. That's valid. Let me see. Why do you think Wada bans Osterine? You got to ask Wada. But that's valid. When he says those things, when he's like, Haney never cheated. Ryan popped. He thinks Ryan's a cheater. It's not like it's invalid for him to think that. It's just how they go about it. Okay, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Let's say you ask somebody, hey man, what's 2 + 2? And that dude say, 4, you dumb bitch. He's right. He's right. But damn. Then you ask somebody else, what's 2 + 2? And they like, is it 5? And you're like, no, it's 4. It's like, oh, it's 4. So, okay, how did you come up with that? It's like, really? No, seriously, I was never taught. I never went to school or anything. And I always wanted to know math. And right now I'm very embarrassed. But if you can help me, you'll be like, though they're wrong, I'd rather mess with the person who was wrong. That person thought 2 + 2 was 5. But how they carried themselves, you're like, I'll rock with them. Though the person who had 4 was right. The way you hollered at me, I don't mess with you like that. Bill Haney been saying a lot of valid points, but how he is, it's like, I don't like you, bruh. And because of that, Haney could win a fight and be hated on more than Ryan Garcia, who was outboxed by Rolly Romero. That's all. That's really what it is. Now, a lot of Haney fans say it's because he's black. That's not it. Let me see. If a fight goes 12, the fighter with the lowest punches thrown should get an automatic point deduction at the end of it. It's just not engaged. It's just like too much clinching. It's a very easy fix. You're not engaging enough. Engage more. Then you give them another. You're running around. You know what running is. What Skull was running. Hey, listen, man. Engage. It's a very easy fix. Y'all making it way more complex than it is. Beer look better. Thank you. Let me see. Haney lost a lot of fans for appearing soft after loss. A lot. It was, yes, but it was mostly his fan base. Haney, yes. Haney. We got time. Listen. Haney is almost the victim here. Hold on. Haney wasn't even like when he was undisputed doing legit stuff, like going to Austin 2 times. I know at fighting Loma, the guy has always been hard to like. Okay, hold on. Let Devin, T.O., Crawford, Hopkins, etc. Be racist, but put the fight on. Yeah, I don't. We always put the fight on. 100%. Thank you so much, Steve. Listen, y'all. Tim Butler, listen. Between Bill and Haney's horrific fan base, they have ruined Haney. If you listen to Sugar Shane Mosley, he's like, Haney's a hard worker. Haney's a hard worker. He talks about how Haney tries to do everything right. Remember my interview with Devin Haney? Real quick. Haney responded like a warrior after his loss. He did. Remember my interview with Devin Haney? Look at it again. I asked him about what kind of coffee he drinks. He told me what kind of coffee he drinks. And I knew that people may comment horrible things about it because he was talking about a bunch of sugary shit and all that shit, right? But I was like, yeah, man, a little razzle down. Because as soon as he said, I like, whipped cream with the, and it's like, oh shit. I was already thinking people going to think soft. So I was just like, yeah, brother, razzle dazzle it up, man, because not everybody wanted black 2 sugars, right? I do that, and Haney accidentally cracks a grin. He said, and then he thinks, oh, wait, I'm not supposed to like bro. And he goes, like he didn't want, he was like, and I'm like, because inside, he's all right. Haney's all right. Between Bill and his fan base, bruh. Another thing, check it out. And here's the thing. What was I going to say about Haney? Oh my God, it just slipped. It was going to be pause. It was going to be amazing. I feel like Rolly Romero, the GOAT, is gone. Let me see. They hated Haney more for calling out Ryan for cheating than the actual cheating Ryan did. No excuse for that. Wrong. Let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something. There was a clear way to respond to that. There was a clear way to respond to it. Because, number one, people aren't stupid. We all know the 6 billionth of a gram of ostarine. We all know. We all looked up what ostarine is, everything. We saw the whole thing. We, especially, and I was covering it and all that. We saw the whole thing. All Haney needed to do, because people aren't stupid. If we were stupid, then we'll be like, yo, he was Hercules that day. But we knew better. All Haney needed to do in order to be seen as the hero is he popped. Listen, I don't give a damn. Hercules urine ain't going to save him from the ass whooping I'm going to give him in a rematch. That's all he needed to say. Now that I know he cheated me, Hercules urine wouldn't be able to save him from the ass whipping I'm giving him in a rematch. That's all he needed to say. Everybody would have loved him. Everybody would have loved him. And I kept trying to say it, brother, don't. Because perception becomes reality, not reality. Let me see. They hated Haney for calling out, right, cheating. Okay. Haney has all the tools, just not killer instinct. I think the fan base kind of caused that. I think Crawford is going to bring out Hoodie Nello. There would be no running in that fight. Boy, that fight is going to be masterclass. It's going to be masterclass. Okay, let's move forward. Let me see. Yeah, best way to respond for Haney after Garcia lost was I want it back right now. Yeah, run it back, gang. Remember Spence, run it back, gang. We all love Spence. We know why Spence looked like that in that fight. But he was like, run it back, gang. The suing the ESPN, the blaming it for not, I know 4 times, etc., is what people that put people off Haney, myself too. Listen, we all know that. The only people who are trying to act like everybody's dumb for thinking like that are Haney fans. We all know that. We all know what happened. B-Hop spoke from scars, not hate. Oppression equals fuel. There you go, brother. What's wild though? People ain't hitting the like. Yeah, everybody, please hit the like. Okay. Let's move forward, everybody. Let's take a quick break and do the knockout.
Wendy Peppercorn.
Nah.
Aria Aldridge.
Yeah, that's my niece. Go ahead.
I want to be pregnant.
Oh, hell no.
And you gonna stop falling back to the lead. That's not because that move's getting old, man.
You can't do it. Or you can't do this on concrete.
He broke out my window.
Which one?
Man, look, I'm so mad.
Yeah, yes, we.
Knockout.
My baby just went on and sat down, didn't she? That's my baby. My baby just went on there and sit her ass down. Let me see. There's no excuse for these tuned up designed fights for Haney. What? And Garcia to be spoiled. What the hell are you talking about? Look at the lead up to the fight card. The commercials were hyping up Garcia versus Haney, of course, and they destroyed it. That's two separate things. Okay, hold on. Okay, number one, they were both gone a year. So the fights that they had should have been way lighter than that. Jose Ramirez is a champion. Jose Ramirez went through the Super 6 tournament. Hold on, brother. Jose, look at his resume. Jose Ramirez has been the truth. Rolly Romero isn't respected that much in boxing as far as skill-wise. But look at his resume and look at who he fought. That was some real shit. Plus, he has experience with Ryan and sparring, which many people think that he got Ryan and sparring. The tune-up was appropriate. But those were one hell of a... Look, Rolly beat Ryan. That's... Brother, I don't know what you're smoking. I don't know what. Look at Haney's resume. Haney has not been pampered whatsoever. He got one of the better resumes in the world. Okay. Y'all tripping. People forget quickly. They should make the Canelo Bud fight in 18-inch ring. I mean, I think they just both great fighters. They'll figure it out. The chat high as hell today. I think we got some new people who are, but we'll get them together. He said, Saute said, see, Dr. King tried to love somebody. I actually felt bad for Turkey. Me too. Man dropped a bag for those 3 fights. Yep. And in a monumental location. Yep. And they all looked like it was sparring. And you know what? I was talking to a guy at the gym. All right. And he recognized, he was part of the war room. He recognized who I was or whatever. And he said that he remembers UFC fighters saying during COVID, saying this felt like sparring. We need fans. They said not hearing anything felt like sparring. It's kind of hard to get the blood going. All right. We need a crowd. They need a crowd. The fighters need a crowd. Well, we all need a crowd. Who has more power, Canelo or Manny? Because Canelo couldn't KO Cotto. Cotto was weight drained versus Manny Pacquiao. He was at a weight class of 140 something. That may not mean a lot to you, but when you're weight drained, your durability does go down. All right. He was a horrific Cotto. We was expecting the Haney versus Regis performance. I mean, just Haney. I mean, that wasn't Haney. Not to me. Funny memory from Haney versus Garcia. You remember, Biz, when you were saying Ryan was fine to fight and was going to win and everyone was cooking? Yeah, I remember. And then it all actually happened. Yeah, 100%. But nobody brings that up. Nobody brings that up. But that's not how people operate. It's like you can be winning. You can be definitely winning. All right. And that's not what people highlight or look into. They trying to see where they can feel better about themselves and having something up on you. All right. Okay. So let's move forward. Shakur Stevenson on the Breakfast Club. Check this out.
Who would you want to fight? Who would you love to fight that you feel like you just can't get it done? You want to fight Tank?
I don't want to keep saying it. I done said it.
You want to fight Tank?
Dog, but I think that's the biggest fight in the sport of boxing.
Nice. She a big Tank fan.
You know she from Baltimore.
You want Tank to knock you out, yo.
I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I heard him say before. I heard him say, like, yo, I want to fight Tank, and that's nice, but why do you want Tank to knock you out so bad? Like,
look. That sound good. That sound real good, but she's too little.
Too little.
I promise you he's too little. And you gonna be surprised that night. Matter of fact, you probably thought Lamont was gonna get knocked out too.
She did.
I did.
Exactly.
I did, but not the grease. The grease with the braid and yeah.
I told you guys. when you lose or look bad in a fight, the next person is going to lift your skirt. I told you that. Haney got knocked around the ring by Ryan Garcia, comes back, runs from Jose Ramirez. Whoever he fights going to think he's a chump. Tank Davis, Lamont Roach called Tank Davis too little. Lamont Roach put the blueprint out there. If Shakur Stevenson couldn't beat Tank before, he got a hell of a chance now. Because not only is the blueprint out there, he thinks Tank is too little. And he's like, all I got to do is let Tank try to get his shit off. Then counter him. Jab. Let Tank try to get his shit off. Then this is what he's thinking. And then countering. No matter what Roach did, he can't do it better than Shakur. I know Lamont Roach did it a great way, but he can't do it better than Shakur. The difference is Lamont Roach stung Tank a few times. With Shakur hands, that is a huge question if he can. But I'm just saying mentally, Shakur is going to try to lift Tank's skirt. Good thing about Tank is he's trying to grow hairy balls by being quiet and working because he's trying to show a different Tank to make the next person be like, never mind. The tough thing is Shakur signed a 2 to 3 fight contract with Matchroom when he could have caught Tank. That Tank. He could have caught that Tank right then. He could have caught him. But it was Lamont Roach instead. He could have caught that Tank right then. Let me see. Less hilarious. I know, dog. Big up to Corey Holcomb. Dog, Corey Holcomb is hilarious. Dr. King tried to love somebody. Random point, but I was ringside for Ben Eubank. That's right. And I saw Eubank come out the ring. He was spent. Yep. Head inflated and needed help getting out. Wow. I don't think he can do a rematch at the same weight. I don't think so either. I don't think so. He can't do that rehydration thing. Haney claimed retirement after his loss. Ramirez did nothing to cut the ring against Haney. Facts. Rolly lost terribly against Pitbull. Stepping stone. Either way, even if you hate on them, even if you think they're shit and you know it all, still they deserve that after being gone for a year. Even if you think Ramirez is a tomato can, which he's not, but you know better than the rest of the chat room because you're excellent. They still should get a tune-up before fighting each other. No matter how you cut it, they deserve a tune-up before fighting each other. That's something that Terrence Crawford got before fighting Errol that he should have gotten before fighting Terrence Crawford. So though you're brilliant and know all the facts and smarter than everybody else, you're wrong. Hit the Tyson bell. Let me see. Off topic, Cotto versus Trinidad in their prime. I got Trinidad. But that's a close fight, man. I've been thinking about that. I used to think about that. That's an old thing. We've been talking about this in the war room for a long time. If I was Devin Haney, I mostly definitely would try to get that fight with Ryan Garcia put on immediately due to Ryan's mindset. 100%. And I think Tio and Rolly should fight. Hit the Tyson bell. All right, but it looked like Tio may just be fighting boots. Okay. Everybody, move on. Let's move on real quick. Check this out. This is the X-Files. Top rank executive Carl Morietti tells the Ring he's unsure if Vasily Lomachenko will fight again. Damn. It looks like Lomachenko may actually retire. And to that, I want to say this. If Lomachenko retires, he didn't duck Tank. He was just done. His back, I heard he got back injuries. He's just done. He can't. Traverse, ShowBizz, a podcast sponsored by Just for Men. Yeah, it's a nice bell. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Yeah, it looks like Lomacheno may be Philo. Love you, girl. Looks like he may be. Now, let's check this out real quick, and then we have something fun to talk about. Check this out.
You're the best, huh?
Best.
You're the best.
Best.
You're the champ.
Champ.
You're the man.
Made for a reason, baby.
Yeah.
It wasn't given to me.
Me too. Oh, I had to earn my shit. I had to earn my shit. You got respect back. I had to earn it. You're orphan from Australia. You had the backyard ready for you. You're from the US. I'm from nothing, bro. I'm from nothing. From nothing.
Same shit too. Same shit too. Best. Ain't as easy as it work. I can take it and I can dish it.
Yeah. That's it. That's it.
Been on to a body shot.
You're fighting the best guy. You're fighting the best guy right now.
It's my city. You see it? It's my city.
It's your city? Yeah, they all know you.
It's my city.
They all know you.
Easy work. If they don't, they're going to know me after what I do to you.
Who's that?
Easy
They
work.
already know me.
Easy work. That's
They
what I do.
come here from me.
Boxing, what I do. I love all this shit.
That's why I'm here. Let's go.
It's gonna be a great fight. Let me see. Shakur's heart is harder than his hands. I don't know if it's heart or ego. He needs to squeeze Tendon's old school training. I mean, I don't know how bad his hands are and what's going on. I'd like to talk to him about that though, for sure. Let me see. Couldn't have ducked Tank. He wanted the fight like 6 years ago. Well, you can want a fight before and then duck later. That is possible, right? You can do that. You can be telling the truth one day and lie the next, right? I mean, you could have really wanted it at one point and then for whatever reason say, I can't, this is funny as hell. Hold on. Hey, man, hold on. I'm on my live right now. I did know you. Yes, you did.
Hey, yo, as soon as you answer and I seen the background, I said, oh, shit, he on the show. I don't pay attention to you.
Shawn, everybody, Shawn Porter out here. Hey, dude, you got to tell them to watch the show, bro.
Yeah. Well, then, you want to hit me after, or you want me to just lay this down on you right now?
Dude, have you ever held your tongue before?
Yeah, I know how to do that. Pause.
Hey, you want to, let me hit you after.
Okay.
No, wait, what would you rather do?
I'm down for whatever. All right, here, let me ask you this. Are you busy next weekend?
Yep.
Okay, well then never mind.
Well, listen, I'll call you back to see what it is. Cause then, all right, yep. Dang. Cause I got this thing I gotta exfoliate next weekend. Dang. I want to see what it is. Let me see. Did you see the news? Pac fighting Barrios July. Yeah, we just rewind the tape, brother. We just thought about it. Okay, hit the Tyson bell. Let me see. Dr. King tried to love somebody. Was great meeting Shawn Porter at your event. Yeah, that was crazy. Really cool, down to earth guy. Radio Raheem too. Yep. You guys need a show for real, brother. There's a lot we're all working on. All right, it's gonna be great. Okay. I should have told him to say it. Does Shakur get past Zepeda? It's a great question. But people gave me a lot of flack for putting money on Zepeda. Everybody, I'm gonna put money on Zepeda on my bookie that I wanna try. Okay. Lastly, and then I desperately want to know what Shawn Porter has going on. I need to see it. But this here, a new boxing game. The Ring, His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh, is making a new boxing game, and he's collaborating with Demps Corporation and the creator of Street Fighter to do it for a new boxing game. To that, I want to say this, okay? To that, I want to say this. The boxing game is probably going to be fire. I bet you the boxing game is going to be closer to Street Fighter than anything. Demps does Dragon Ball Z fighting games. And then you have Street Fighter, okay? So I kind of know what it's going to be like. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a simulation. But when you look at the simulation Undisputed, people aren't having fun. I like Undisputed. I'm having fun, but people aren't. So if he put real boxers in something that's a little bit more fun, I bet you it blows up. It's going to be arcade. I bet you it blows up. I bet you. If they're saying certain things and I'm the greatest and I bet you it blows up. Because look at, he got Street Fighter people doing it. That's like the best fighting game between Tekken shit. No, Tekken's probably the best. I ain't even gonna lie. But Tekken, Street Fighter been holding it down for a long time. So I bet you it's going to be fun. Let me see. The Brilliant Man. ShowBizz getting hit by Canelo's body blows is the true pause. Love you, boy. Let me see. Hey, ShowBizz, been watching you since I was 19. I'm 20 now. Everything is different now. All right. Turning 21 in a month. Nice. And I just want to say I really appreciate your unbiased takes. Love you, boy. You about to be hitting the club in a minute. It's real sad how men get so moist about another man. Because even if you disagree with my take, you don't have to be mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but another thing is, I can literally say Haney and Ramirez fight was bad. And people be like, the Haney part. Brother, I said Haney and Ramirez, ShowBizz, you're biased. And it's like, I can't help that. That's them. That's y'all. You know what I'm saying? But on top of that, I mean, we can all think differently, but it's just weird how people are. And I don't know why a lot of the anger comes at me. But at the same time, though, whatever it is, hopefully I'm encouraging a lot of people to actually love the sport and give a damn about the fighters in whatever capacity. All right. Let me see. Hey, Biz, you think if Loma spent at least half of his amateur in the pros, we would consider him the greatest? Dude, that's such a hard. Okay, that's in order to be the greatest, the environment got to be right. You got to have the right fighters. It's very hard to say, man, if he had half the amateur, he would have been greater than Ali. That's such a huge. That's a huge guess. Let me see. Haney's special move on the game would be running. Should all rings be tiny like Farmers and Peddler? No run. I mean, that can work. I mean, it could definitely work. Because movement versus running, that's two different things. If you got great movement, you do well in a smaller ring. Movement versus running, two different things. So why a big ass ring? I don't mind that. Just a smaller ring can probably do it. I don't mind that. That's probably a quicker fix. Call Sean back. We want to know. Jordan, dog, you're hilarious. Okay. Thank you all for showing up and showing out. I'm about to call my brother Shawn Porter back, one of the greatest men on the planet. Just a great brother. I'm going to call him back to see what he has to say. He said, are you busy next week? He said, never mind me. I got a thing next weekend. It's for boxing, too. What does he have? Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna call him back. Thanks for showing up and showing out. ShowBizz adult. I'm out. Huh. Oh my goodness.